Sarah North, and I am with Rescue Agency. And we work in partnership with the county to create, execute, and manage public messaging campaigns across the county. And I'm excited to be here today and just provide an update on the different brands and campaigns that we have going on this year. So today we'll do just a brief overview of the different brands and we'll take a look at the campaign timeline for the year. We'll dive into a little bit of the three different brands that we have. It's Up to Us, Own Your Mindset, and San Diego Opioid Project, and just take a bit of a deeper dive into the performance of some of the campaigns that were recently in market and then what's to come. And we will have some time at the end, like Joe said, for any questions. All right, so let's jump in here. I just wanted to start off by going through the different brands. So we have It's Up to Us that many of you are probably most familiar with. This brand is for adults and it's focused around mental health and suicide prevention. And since It's Up to Us is meant for adults, through different audience engagement efforts, we learned that teens would really benefit from their own brand that spoke to them, used their own voice and tone. And given this insight, we did develop a new brand for youth called Own Your Mindset. And we also developed a sub brand called Talk It Out SD that focuses solely on suicide prevention. And then lastly, we have San Diego Opioid Project. And this brand was initially launched with the district attorney's office several years ago, but has more recently been refreshed and adopted by the county as the main adult substance misuse and prevention brand. And so throughout the presentation today, again, we'll just take a look at the different campaigns that'll be running under these three brands. So here's our timeline. At the top, you can see under It's Up to Us, we have Mental Health Matters Month in May. And then we are developing a new adult mental health campaign called Right for Me that will be launching in the summer. And we'll talk a little bit more about that shortly. Under Own Your Mindset, we have a rerun of the Own Your Mindset Inner Monologue campaign that will be launching in April. And then under San Diego Opioid Project, we have another rerun of the Naloxone Never Hurts campaign that will actually be launching in just a couple weeks here. So we'll talk about all of those. So starting with the backbone of them all, It's Up to Us, which again, I'm sure most of you are very familiar with. So to start, we are currently developing a mental health campaign called Right for Me. And this campaign aims to connect our audience to support that understands their unique experiences, ultimately providing connections to mental health resources specifically designed, for the Black and African American audience. And the campaign will be launching in June and running through August 2026. And there are many media channels that will be activated for this campaign. That includes Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram. And then we'll also have streaming audio, connected TV, YouTube, out of home, which will be in the form of billboards and posters. We'll have a print ad in the Voice and Viewpoint publication, which is actually the largest Black and African American publication in San Diego. And then we'll also have traditional radio and both cable and local TV. And also under It's Up to Us, we will have a campaign live in market for May or in May for Mental Health Matters Month. And this campaign is really aimed for the broad audience, so adults 18 plus in San Diego County. And for this effort, we'll be activating Meta again, so Facebook and Instagram, out of home in the form of billboards and print placements in the San Diego Tribune and El Latino publications. And just to round out, It's Up to Us. We wanted to share where you can find us. So definitely at the website, up2sd.org. I encourage you to take a look. We recently revamped the website. It's a little bit easier to navigate and find different resources. So definitely encourage you to take a look. And if you're not already following our social accounts, again, we suggest that you do. We post several times a week on both Facebook and Instagram. And so if there is some content that may resonate with the communities you serve, you can definitely share it on your platforms as well. Okay, so next we'll jump into Own Your Mindset, which again is our youth mental health brand. And the Own Your Mindset campaign initially launched in September 2024 and ran through January 2025. And the objective of this campaign is to encourage and motivate teens ages 13 to 17 in San Diego County to actively address their mental health. And we accomplish this through two ways. First, we focused on awareness by increasing information and knowledge around mental health and mental health resources. And secondly, we focused on engagement by providing some actionable tips and resources that teens can use to actively address their mental health. And to support our awareness and engagement goals, we activated digital channels such as connected TV, gaming, streaming audio, and YouTube, along with some paid social channels like TikTok, Snapchat, Reddit, and Instagram. And we also had an influencer component, which was really cool. And the digital media placements are really great because they increase awareness of messaging while the audience is engaging with the content throughout the day. And channels, are often used to maybe de-stress or to cope. And then paid social is really great because it delivers messaging while the audiences are already on these platforms to really capture and engage their attention. And we're able to drive them to the website to learn more. And so before we jump into looking at how this campaign performed, I did just want to take a moment to play our 30-second flagship video called Inner Monologue, in case there's anybody on the call who hasn't seen it. Before I could play, I just want to say this was one of my personal favorite spots to film. We were able to do it at a local high school, Kearney High School. Um, of course, a day when students were off and not there and all of that. And the two main talent you see here were casted, but most of the background actors and teens were actually local teens that got an opportunity to see how a commercial is actually filmed. If you don't know, Kearney High School does have four small schools, one of them being digital media and design. And so we were able to have some of the students from their digital media club and even some students from, I believe, their drama club come and be part of this video shoot. And it was just a really cool collaboration. So I just wanted to share that little fun fact, and I will stop yapping and play the video quickly.
People looking at me weird. Does my outfit look okay? This is so embarrassing. Why can't I deal? Why can't I have just one day? I think what's wrong? I feel like such a failure. When your anxious thoughts start taking over, life can be overwhelming.
So, Cassie, you okay?
We've all had thoughts like this. Get tools to help support your mental health at ownyourmindset.org.
And so in addition to this 30-second video, we also created like a 15-second one to use on different placements and things like that. Um, and so now we can get into a little bit of how this campaign performed. So first looking at the primary goals and measurements, and the primary goal for this campaign was to deliver the message to our target audience. And the secondary goal was on exploratory engagement. So really indicating that the message is being consumed and that folks are getting to the website to learn more. And this is measured using three performance indicators: message delivery, exploratory engagement, and active engagement. And message delivery indicates targeted exposure to the campaign, which generates overall message awareness and is measured by impressions. So, how many eyes are on the ad? Exploratory engagement indicates learning, interest, and engagement with the ads. And content to shift consumer mindset, and it's measured by clicks, video and audio completions, post views, and reactions or likes on social media. And lastly, active engagement indicates participation with the media campaign by interacting or amplifying the content. And this is measured by comments, follows, saves, shares, all of those good things. And so, just to give a little snippet of how the campaign performed, more than 33 million impressions or eyeballs, you can think of it as, were delivered across all media channels. The video and audio ads received over 7 million completions. Users engaged with the ad content, totaling over 221,000 exploratory engagements. Users interacted and amplified the ad content, totaling over 766 active engagements. And traffic ads, which are ads designed to drive users to the website, drove more than 70,000 sessions on the Own Your Mindset website. So overall, the campaign resonated with the audience by exceeding impression benchmarks, video completion benchmarks, and link click benchmarks. And just for a little insight, these benchmarks are based off other media campaigns with similar audience sizes and targeting and all of that, in addition to industry standards. And so, because of this amazing effort, we will be rerunning the Own Your Mindset campaign soon. We really want to acknowledge that the struggle is real by validating teens' feelings and concerns and help them realize that when those anxious or overwhelming thoughts start taking over, there are things they can do to reset. And so our audience remains the same, and the campaign will be in market from April through June 2026. And this time around, we are activating many of the same channels, along with a few new, like online video and display. These two types of ad channels are where ads are placed on websites that teens are frequenting often. And here's just a sampling of the creative for the rerun. We know ads with movement, so like GIFs or video ads perform best. And so we leaned in and created lots of similar ones to what you see here. With the rerun, we are utilizing some of the existing ads and content that we already created from the first run, but we did have the opportunity to create some new ads to kind of give it a refresh and kind of make sure that it's new content that this audience will be seeing. And to round us out with this section, I did just want to again share where you can find Own Your Mindset. Of course, on the website at ownyourmindset.org, but also on various social platforms. And so here are the handles. Again, I encourage you to follow and reshare any content that may resonate with the communities that you all serve. Okay, and lastly, we're going to jump into San Diego Opioid Project, or SDOP as we call it, which is our adult substance misuse and prevention brand. And so the Naloxone Never Hurts campaign was initially in market from July 2025 through October 2025. And this campaign targeted adults in the city of San Diego, ages 25 to 44, who are susceptible to substance use disorder. And since this effort was in partnership with the city of San Diego, the majority of the ad buys did have a concentration in the city. The objective of the campaign is to reduce the risk of fentanyl and opioid overdose by equipping our audience with harm reduction knowledge and tactics. And our goal is to really empower our audience with the confidence to take action and reduce overdoses. The main message of this campaign is that naloxone saves lives. It's safe to use even if someone isn't sure if an overdose is occurring. And we developed a multi-channel approach that builds awareness around harm reduction by delivering content that feels native to each platform and aligned with how the audience naturally engages there. There were channels activated. The channels activated included out of home placements like billboards and posters. We also had coasters in certain bars and restaurants, things like that. Streaming audio, connected TV, YouTube, display, and social media channels like Facebook, Instagram, and Reddit. And the primary goal of these channels was to expose our audience to the message, and secondly, drive them to the website to learn more. And again, before we jump into looking at how this campaign performed, I did want to play a video for you. It's an how to administer naloxone video, and it was actually filmed on set the same day that we also filmed the full 30-second commercial. So we created this and also a 15-second version to use on social media just to help our audience really understand, how to use naloxone and to get more information. So I will say this one is a little, I think might play a little choppy over Zoom, but I'm going to try my best and hope y'all can see it.
They're pale, barely breathing, and won't wake up. You think they overdosed. Here's what you do. Call 911 and give them naloxone right away. Tilt their head back and place the nozzle fully in their nose. Press the plunger to spray the medication into their nostril. Wait 2 to 3 minutes and repeat if they're still unresponsive. Having naloxone can save someone's life.
See where you can get naloxone for free at SanDiegoOpioidProject.org.
Okay. And again, I'll just briefly remind you of the key performance indicators or KPIs we use to evaluate the effectiveness of media campaigns, which includes message delivery, exploratory engagement, and active engagement. The primary goal for this campaign was message delivery, and this indicates exposure to the message and is measured by impressions, again, how many people see the ads. The secondary goal is exploratory engagement, which indicates that the audience is consuming the content. And this KPI is measured by audio and video completions, post views, reactions, and clicks, specifically driving users to the website to take action by getting free naloxone. And lastly, we have active engagement, which wasn't a goal for this campaign, but something we still like to look into. This KPI indicates that the audience is interacting and amplifying the content, and again is measured by comments, shares, saves, and new follows. So again, just a snippet to show how this campaign performed. The Naloxone Never Hurts campaign generated over 117 million impressions that were delivered across all media channels. The audio and video ads received over 22 million completions. Users engaged with the content, totaling over 941,000 exploratory engagements. And users interacted with and amplified the content with over 500 active engagements. Again, that wasn't a main goal for this campaign. And traffic ads helped drive over 76,000 sessions to the SDOP website. And the website received over 2,700 unique clicks to find naloxone. And because of the success of this first run and an interest in expanding this important message, we will also be rerunning the Naloxone Never Hurts campaign with the same strategy to empower our audience with the confidence to take action and reduce overdoses. We want people to know that naloxone saves lives. It's safe to use, even if you're not 100% sure if it's an overdose. And so the campaign will be in market in March through May 2026. Again, we're launching in just a couple short weeks. We have many media channels activated for this effort, such as Meta, which again, Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, streaming audio, connected TV, YouTube, We'll have print ads in the Filipino Press and Saigon No publications. We'll have some ads on different gaming platforms, online and digital display ads, and out of home in the form of posters, concrete graphics, super cool. I'll show you that in a moment. We'll have some bulletins, billboards, posters, and also another really cool, unique placement called the Digital Spectacular. This is actually a really large digital board in the gas lamp. That's right before the convention center. It's close to Petco Park. And we just anticipate a really large reach from this placement because of all the foot traffic in this area. So we're super excited to be able to have this placement for this run. And since the rerun is not in partnership with the city of San Diego, we're also able to expand media more countywide. I know during the first run, so many people saw all of the placements everywhere, especially the billboards. I saw them everywhere. And I feel like this time it's going to be that and much more. So I'm excited for it to be out in the wild, as we like to call it. And so here's a sampling of the creative for the rerun. Um, we also expanded messaging to talk more about fentanyl test strips this round, which is really great. And similar to what I said for the Own Your Mindset rerun, we will be using many existing assets and ads that we created from the first run, but did have an opportunity to create some new ads as well. And we also have some new placements that I just talked about. So first here on the left, we have a sample creative for one of our out-of-home placements. These are C-store beverage cooler clings. So if you go into a convenience store in like 7-Eleven or something like that, and you go to where you get a drink, this would be like an ad that's on the glass there. So this one specifically just helps our audience know how to spot an overdose. We use the ABCs, so awareness, breathing, color, and then they're able to scan the QR code to go to the website to learn more and find naloxone near them. The one in the middle is the concrete graphic that I mentioned, and you can kind of think of this as like a decal on the sidewalk. So I don't know if you've ever been somewhere and it's like there's like a circle or something on the ground that's like stand here to like help the line form, things like that. It's kind of like that, and these will be placed in strategic locations close to some of the locations where people are able to get free naloxone and test strips. I know we're definitely looking at placements close to the vending machines and other locations where naloxone and these test strips are available. And again, the QR code will take them to the map on the San Diego Opioid Project website to find locations near them. And then the ad on the right, that's just a GIF. It's a social ad, and just wanted to share another one of those, and kind of how we can show them how to actually administer the naloxone. Okay, and again, I just wanted to share where you can find San Diego Opioid Project. Of course, on the website at SDOP or San Diego Opioid Project, .org. And then also on our social. So these are our handles. Again, please follow along. Feel free to share any content that you may see fit. And to round us out here, I do just want to share some of the downloadable resources that we have available. If you weren't aware, we also produce community bulletins, or we're now calling them community guides. They are available on up2sd.org. And the guide that's currently in development focuses on maintaining healthy relationships and should be available on the website in the coming weeks. And most of the guides are available in 12 different languages. So we definitely encourage you to take a look, and you're able to download and make copies of any of them that would be useful to share with the communities you serve. And I know we didn't touch on Talk It Out, which is our youth suicide prevention sub brand under Own Your Mindset, But if you are looking for resources on that topic, we do have a couple downloadable resources in both English and Spanish. And lastly, on the San Diego Opioid Project website, we have two sets of info cards. One is on naloxone, and the other one is on fentanyl test strips. And both of these are available in 5 different languages. So again, feel free to download and utilize as you'd like. And I'll also leave my contact info up here in case anyone has any follow-ups. Feel free to send me an email.